I'm Diana Greymountain. I'm a member of the Navajo Nation. I am from Page, Arizona. I'm currently majoring in Parks and Rec Management. I currently work for the National Park Service. I am the special use permit coordinator. So I handle a lot of the permits that come into the park, such as weddings or half marathons. But that's what I do for the Park Service. Graduated in high school, I attended Arizona State University. And so I attended school there for several years. And then towards the end, when I was about to finish my degree, I had that, like I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. I didn't know if this was it. So then I decided to take time off of school and I got a job with the Park Service. So that was my first job with the Park Service. There I was an interpretive ranger and I worked with like the students. I was like the ed coordinator for a time. And so that was really fun. And I did like hiking programs. I got to work with the public, create different types of programs and, really be outside. And, doing that job, I was able to realize like, this is like what I wanted to do. And so when that time came, because I had already withdrawn from ASU, I thought about going back to school. And the National Park Service is a very competitive like workforce to get into. And like one thing, if you want to advance, in the Park Service is, a degree and, experience really helps you. And so then that's when I decided to go back to school. And I was trying to decide where I was going to go to school. And I had a lot of these questions. And the next thing I get an email from this woman whose name is Cynthia Strong. And I know that she's a specialist too at NAU, and she had reached out to me, talking about going back to school and everything. And so I took it as a sign like, oh, now I have to go back to school because like this person randomly reached out to me. At first, I thought it was like a scam. But then as more I got to talk to her and realize that she worked with NAU, it was a sign. So then I worked with her, applying to NAU, doing that whole process, especially because I was a transfer student from ASU. I was able to transfer a lot of my credits, but like, that's just like my story is, I was going to school for a while, took some time off. I was really confused. And then finally I realized what I was doing. And then by like sheer luck, this lady reached out to me and like was very, very helpful. And I'm super grateful for her because she's like the reason why I'm enrolled at NAU and doing so well here. And, we'll be graduating soon with my degree. When I working with the specialist has really helped me. And really as a guide, this is definitely different. I attended ASU and we didn't really have a program like this. So this was very new to me when I started NAU. So it was really nice that, people reached out to you. They asked you like if there's anything you need or if you had any questions, especially being a transfer student, the differences between each university. And it was just very helpful. They always check in with me. They call me or they send me a text message or an email. And like, it's always reassuring that like you have somebody else to talk to about school and stuff like that. So it's just been very helpful. And just the simple, like good luck and things like that is always nice when you get that stuff, when you get an email or anything like that. Who started, going to college right out of high school and then took some time off. I took 2 years off of school and then I re-enrolled and now I'm currently going to NAU. I think like you should finish your degree. It's always very important. I've come to know that in the field that I want to go into that like you really need that degree. And it's just really nice to have, this different environment that I have here at NAU versus what I had at ASU. It's just so different. And I always recommend, going back to school, finding resources, whether it's somebody at the school or a family member or a coworker or a friend. I know that I have a lot of my friends who have graduated with a degree, all from ASU, they go to law school, and it's always reassuring to have them also like on your side, like you need to get this degree. And so it's always been beneficial to have somebody to always reach out. And I think not to be scared to go back to school. I'm like 26 and I trying to finish my degree. So like, it's never too late, and always like reach out and know that it's just like never too late, especially with a full-time job. Like if you really want it, you're going to make it happen. So when I was thinking about going back to school, I was looking at the different, programs that each university offered, especially because I would love to pursue a career in the Park Service. And so, looking at the different schools and what they provide, I had originally gone to ASU. So, my thing was just to go back there. Like I was almost done with my degree, boom. But then when I had that lady, Cynthia Strong, reach out to me, I was kind of telling her my career path, like where I want to go down. And she gave me like a list of like 5 different degree programs that you could do that could benefit you. And so like, looking at each of those programs, doing a little more research about them, I decided like, this degree, Parks and Rec Management, will really help me and benefit me, especially with the path that I'm on, that I would love to go on. And so, just doing some research. Experience at NAU has honestly been different. Nothing that I've ever experienced. Comparing my time at ASU, it's completely different. It's just crazy the amount of support that you get from like everybody that you encounter. But I really do love it. I've had a lot of resources, and different people reach out to me throughout my whole time here. I started last semester as a transfer student, and then just the amount of people reaching out to me, making sure I'm okay, anything that I need, continuing on, has really been a surprise to me because I never really received that in the previous university that I went to. So it was just awing. I was having a conversation with my friend who, like, she recently graduated law school, and she was talking about, like, we're comparing our experiences from ASU to the different universities and things like that. And it's just amazing that the differences you get from the universities, versus the one that you've been going to. So it's always been, I'm just really amazed and glad that this happened, because I feel like it has made me more successful, and also like made me accountable for like my schoolwork and my grades and everything like that. Definitely recommend, NAU to a lot of my friends, who haven't graduated yet or thinking about going back to school, especially to a lot of my coworkers who kids are getting to the age where they're starting to apply for colleges. I've always said that I could be a resource, especially because, I've been through that whole process of applying to college, doing all that stuff for college, and also being a transfer student. So I have different experiences from 2 different universities, and I definitely use that to my advantage. And that's definitely why I definitely recommend NAU, just because of the experience that I've had here, the support, people reaching out. And I always think that's amazing. To rate this on a scale, I would definitely rate it a 10. I really love this university. It definitely, it has a lot, it's offered a lot to me in the last like year and a half that I've been going to school there. And it, for my program and, the career path that I want, it's definitely beneficial. And I definitely recommend this school to everybody. So 10 out of 10 for me.